live.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
You're watching Tanner's Haunted Secrets
on the Outline Network.
What they say.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a secret sound heading deep within the center of the earth. Until you listen closely enough, you can hear it. And it sounds like razors through flesh. We are merely here to turn up the volume.
Hello, and welcome to our corner of our freak show. This is Chainer's Haunted Secrets, and today I'm very happy to have Raz is here once again. We also have Friday, and we have Fred Hearn from Hell's Dungeon.
Yeah,
and then of course don't forget whatever. He's down there.
Yeah, he's down there somewhere. There he is.
He's a cute puppy.
Yeah.
Last time I seen that dog, it was Christmas colored.
No, you guys,
brother, he still got it.
You got that paint stain.
It is almost out. It is almost. I'm talking almost out, but no, it's you still see some red, but it's off the ears for the most part. So.
This is exciting for me because you guys have all heard so many stories for me, like from fictional stories I've written and read on some of our shows to, all the Haunter episodes we've done. So it's really awesome to finally have you on, man. I've talked about you a ton.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, man. Hopefully it's all good. I know like I said earlier. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, Hell's Dungeon is nothing without y'all, without things like this. So it's like we were talking earlier. It's not me, it's us. So, we're doing it. So I keep busting my ass and y'all keep giving me what you got. So
always, man.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, Fred, from the first time I met you, I have been absolutely amazed and grateful to have you as not just another haunt owner I know, but as a wonderful, true friend. And
appreciate
once in a while, as a boss.
Hey, I love that. I'm not your boss. That's the guy. Well, on my screen to your left. That's the doctor. I let them tell y'all what to do.
But before we get into Hell's Dungeon and talking about everything, I do want to tell everybody, hey, this weekend is East Coast Haunters Convention. This is a brand new haunt convention, and I will tell you, I didn't get a chance to go this year, but I'm hoping that I get to see wonderful photos and pictures. And you know what? Maybe perhaps in the future we'll be able to go to it and see how it goes. Because honestly, I can't wait to go to Midwest, but East Coast, I want to see how that gets done too. Next year, I've been threatened to the point that I can't get out of it. I need to go down the trans world. But I am super excited for East Coast to be open. So, we're going to start talking about Fred Hearn here, and
well, hold on. When you talk about that East Coast thing, the good thing that those shows do is get a chance to expose the haunts that are out there.
Oh,
And I guess they
absolutely.
had their legendary tour today, and Lindsay said she felt I can't remember the name. Hell, I barely remember my name half the time. But she was talking about it. One of them, like her top 10, like first time she had seen it, was just talking about how awesome it was, and that's awesome that gives other. I'm sure we'll talk about that later, but how we do it, give haunters other chance to go out and see other haunts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Theirs comes at a price, but from what I heard, it was a pretty good one today. So, I love it when they do that.
Are you talking about Lindsay Bacon?
Yes. Who did I say?
No, you said her first name.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
Lindsay Bacon.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, she deserves a shout out.
I think
awesome.
She's with Nora and Tyler and stuff, but yeah, I think this was. Well, she went Trans World this year, yeah. But they're good people, man. They're good people. They're, like you said, I wouldn't be where I'm at without them too. And I don't know where I'm at, but wherever that is, it wouldn't be without them. But
I think we just go Muppet style and travel by map, man. You just hear the music, you touch the map, and
go
there.
Go.
Honestly, that would be amazing if we could do that. That would almost be as cool as jumping in a device and being teleported. But, unfortunately, it's not that easy for some of us to get to all these conventions. I would even like to get down to Texas, and I know a whole bunch of people would love to see me down in Texas. It's just not feasible. I do have a full-time job, and it's not this. But
yeah.
Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty of talking with you, Fred.
Yes, sir.
I just can't wait to start talking about all the wonderful questions. And my first question, Fred,
what's up?
Why would you even think about starting a haunt?
I have no clue, man. I think I got into it after my father passed away. I didn't grow up watching horror shows, Candyman ruined me. That was, of course, Freddy and all that, but y'all know me. I can't remember movies like you all do. So I actually hated Halloween because every time I'd go to take my daughters, it would storm. And first year over in Okinawa I lived, I remember Ashton had lost her bunny ears or something. I can't remember. And I had to go back out in the rain, me and a friend of mine, and look for them. And every year after that, it rained and it was horrible. But I went into a spirit store and walked by the little jumping spider, and it scared the bejeebies out of me, man. And I went and got my mom, brought her back down. She actually pissed herself twice. And so I fell in love with it. She bought me my first little La 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 girl that's there. And man, it just went from there. Started looking into different things. I was looking at doing like an indoor bounce house business is what I looked into. I knew I was coming up on retirement. I retired in 14. My father passed away in 10. So I figured, well, I got to do something when I get out. So, and started doing dental lab and had a couple other jobs. And the whole time, just looking, buying stuff. I had my basement full before I even looked at a building, It was just something I knew I wanted to do. And, man, when I first saw that basement or Hell's Dungeon, I'm sorry, that's exactly how I got his name is. I said, man, this looks like hell. And about that time I said that, the guy who was walking down next to me said, man, this looks like a dungeon. It's pretty eerie. And just like that, Hell's Dungeon's name, literally that's how it happened, man. And that's actually how Rufus's name I was walking down the steps one day and I was excited and I said something. I said, I feel, Rufus, that's just a good name, good, strong, name. And so them steps right there, that a lot of inspiration there. And so that's pretty much, I think I'll say pretty much because you know how it goes. It's always a lot more to it, but that's where the love of it started, But once again, I knew I wanted indoors because the first year, every year I did a little out-yard display or outside display, it freaking rained.
Yep.
And I said, I won't do it. I want an indoor haunt. And now when I say I had a little home haunt, mine's nothing like nothing like Sean's and everybody else's that does them over in Huber, you know, that's not like that. There's a couple tombstones and a couple kids thrown in there, but like I said, it just started growing. Next year I was down in San Antonio visiting some family, and it went to a spirit store and they was all 50% off, and man, I went crazy. That was first time, so I flew back with with 3 suitcases full of spirit stuff and baby dolls, and then I kept 3 boxes down in my niece's room down there, and she'd wake up with them in her face all the time. So, and then, like I said, brother, it just grew from that until we went to Trans World. Once I found out about Trans World, that got me hooked, you know, and just got serious about it and says it's time to either shit and get off the pot. So, you know, started working, I think it was about 2018 is when the first time I'd met with the building. So it took over a year and 4 months to get everything situated, of course, with COVID and shit. So and then, like I said, I never worked at a haunt. Plus, I got in with Travis, bowling down American Horrorplex, and a couple other people, man, and that's just helped me along so much. You know, I got a lot of their trash, is what they said, you know, and stored it, and just been best friends with them since in the haunt. And like I said, that's what you gotta love about the haunt industry is this damn mosquito. First mosquito of the year, right there. Fucker. I mean, sucker. But
now we're gonna have to put a mosquito in the haunt because he said in the haunt industry a mosquito.
See, unbelievable. We got June bugs too, so if you hear me scream or somebody scream, June bug got in my hair, somebody's hair. So, but now, like I said, once I started going, I couldn't stop. I think we all know that. You know, it's a fucking freaking disease. You know, but I wouldn't go back and really change nothing. You know, it's a money pit. You know, we all know that. It comes with times. It comes with patience. You know, and that's what we keep saying. You know, every year we keep growing and growing, and the support everybody in the industry gives us is just awesome. You know, and it takes a village. Is what it really does. It takes a village. Well, y'all know that it takes a village to watch over me.
Yeah. Kyle lives in a village, technically.
Yeah.
Oh,
put him in all the time.
I don't have that background right now.
You don't have your background up? Oh no, he's got I live in a village background. He forgot to put up.
Oh geez. There's that some bitch almost got it. Yeah.
No. One of the things that I want to remind people, and I've talked about this before, is you guys know I've been doing this a long time, and the way haunts were done in the 90s, early 80s or late 80s to about mid 90s was a lot different. Haunts would help each other. If you needed an actor for the night, you were short, you needed a prop, you needed help with something in the off season, you had other haunts that you could rely on and call. You would, on your off nights, schedule times to go to their haunts, and because us haunters never had time to do that because we were haunting on the weekends. And something that Fred has done so well is bring a lot of that back, and also network with other people that are trying to bring that level of just family and love that the haunt industry should always have, like really bringing that back, man. And that's something that a lot of haunts still don't do. So what made you want to bring all that back into the industry in this area?
Travis, and like I said, Travis is big. Watching him, he had opened up. He had already had a haunt, and before 7th Street Haunt, he moved out. It had to shut down. It was the year before COVID, and that's when I got to know them. And I had watched the way they did it. Louisville's got like 7 haunts that are all like right there.
Yeah.
And I'd go down with them and go to different haunts and stuff like that. And it was great because it was during the week. You had 7 awesome haunts that you could see throughout the year. And, the actors and stuff could go do their thing, and see the haunts for free, and we do that as owners because, like I said, without keeping your actors' spirits up and this and that throughout the year, I don't pay a lot. My people know that, they do it for the love of it, man. I feed them. That's one thing my daddy always taught me. You feed them and keep them happy, and that that goes a long way. And be appreciative. Like I said, I'm very appreciative of everything and that everybody does. It's just 40,000 square feet is hard to keep up with by yourself. I can promise you that. So, but somehow I managed some way, well, with a lot of help. So a lot of help. Was that the original question, or did I go off track like I always do?
No.
No. You're fine. Yeah, you answered the question well, man. You're good.
You know how I get, brother. I just love it.
We totally understand, because we will squirrel off of things, but we'll get back on track.
Yeah, but you were talking about why I did that. You know, when I was in the military, you know, you go somewhere, you got a family that's over there that you share it with. And, you know, that's where I, you know, started doing with other hunts. You know, the hunt industry is very, very big with the family oriented, and they love it. You always hear a hunt family when you talk to hunts. You know, it ain't, you know, most of them got names. You know, like I said, we're rejects. You know, we believe in the reject theory that we've all been rejected in life at some point. And, you know, but down there, you know, we've got all walks of people. You know, you got retired vet myself. You got doctors down there now. I can say congratulations there, Dr. Raz T. Slasher. And, you know, we've got different people from different communities, LGBTQ plus, and black, whites, tall. You know, well, we need some bigger, fatter people, sort of like Powell
I'm working
there.
on it. I'm working on it.
Okay. Yeah. And when I say fatter, I mean that with the utmost respect. That's no disrespect intended in a haunted house industry, you know. But we're all down there together, you know, and we put everything, and we work hard together, and we pick them up if somebody's down. We bring new people in, you know, sort of like when I'd go to a new, you know, I've been to a different country. So when you fly into Japan, well, the first thing you see is Toys R Us. You know, it's pretty much it's not as bad as what you think, but then when you get over there, you know nothing, you know, and that's like when people come into our haunt, we take pride in, you know, having them come and work the first night. You know, we've had a lot of, you know, we talk to people during the year, and they'll come throughout the year and work. And we love it because it's given that aspect, and we'll partner them up with somebody and take them to their spot, show them what's around. You know, we don't want anybody just sitting there wondering what's going on. You know, we try to, what we call a little sponsorship, you know, help them out. So, and that makes them feel welcome, makes them want to come back. So we get a lot of that.
We even pre-write like a bunch of dialogue for all of them coming in, so they're not nervous about what to say. I mean, I got to say, out of all the haunts that I've been at or like gone through, like I feel like we provide an insane amount of support from the, you know, like you said, the second you walk in that door, it's all hi, how you doing? What can I do for you? You know, how can I help?
Yeah, no, I've talked to other haunt owners, and I've always said you'll never have a script word for word. You don't have to listen to the same track every 3 minutes, you know. So basically what I mean by that is we have a lot of freedom. You know, we'll let you play some music, blast it, rock it. I don't care, you know. You be in the hospital scene and you jam into something, I don't know. And, but have fun with it, you know. And then we do a lot of not ad-lib, but impromptu work. That's one thing that, you know, I'm best for. But we keep them on their toes. It's never the same show twice. It's never the same room, the same exact way every time. And I had an owner said that's what he tells his people. Here's the 3 lines you will say every time. And here's the music that you will listen to that repeats every 3 minutes. And you will do that all night long, whether we're busy or not. No, we won't do that, you know. And there's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. Every haunt's different. So, and
I will
another,
tell you,
go ahead.
I will tell you without a doubt, my crew loves coming down to your haunt. My crew loves acting along with your actors. They just absolutely feel like part of the family when they come down. And it's always a toss-up when we get a rain day. Are we going north or are we going to go south? And it just depends on who can all go.
Yeah.
And the great thing is that you guys run starting before we do, and you guys run after we do.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know, last year we've had a lot of great support from the haunt, you know, industries from the get-go. You know, people coming in. Like I said, Max has been, you know, with my #1 fans and stuff for a while. And he's the one that really helped me. Him and Fred out Face Your Fears. Fred told me about him, and then, of course, like I said, it turned into meeting a lot of you all and stuff like that through Max. Damn, I went blank. There went that squirrel, just like that. Where'd my teleprompter go? Damn it!
Oh, there's no teleprompter with us. We just do it on the fly.
No. I did not write you a speech today.
No, you know me. I never remember it and go by it anyway, man. I used, when I sit there that night to go up on stage, wherever I went to do that 5-minute show, I wrote all this stuff out, and I got up on stage and looked. I just set it down, said, "The hell with it."
Yeah.
Start talking. So So what's next?
What's your
Go
favorite
ahead, young
thing you've learned as a haunt owner? What's your favorite thing you've learned as a haunt owner?
If you could build a time machine, go back. No, I'm kidding. Like I said, it's going to happen, with me. But what's the biggest thing I've learned is, and the industry's opened my eyes up to a lot of things. I'm from Kentucky. I didn't have a lot of beliefs, or I ain't gonna say beliefs, because it's very throughout the military. Things you meet people and you fall in love, or as a friendship and stuff like that. You just build those, and just really, like I said, being really able to accept things of who they are and going on. So, and they accept the same for me. Nobody's perfect. We all got our flaws. We all got mistakes. But like I said, I think that's it. As a business aspect, it's different now because it's my money. When I had the Air Force's money and they approached me on September 30th at 5 o'clock and tell me I got $40,000 to spend by midnight, it's hard to, but now it's like, I got $40. I got to stretch that shit.
Right.
But as that, I think everybody enjoys working there for the most part. Because like you said, we are a happy place. I try to be a happy guy. We keep a happy environment. I haven't really had any big blow ups last couple of years. Usually I get into it with a couple people every now and again. Take pride in my stuff. I've got into it with Raz before. He walked away. I went my way. 5 minutes later, we come back. We talked about the situation we needed to handle, walked away, and it was over, and that's because the passion of the place, it's the passion that they put in. And like I said yesterday, I said I needed our muscles, to come in. Poor old Rod's about 95, and he showed up, but just the call of needs and stuff like that, if I need something, the way people jump in and help out is really appreciated, and I was, like I said, our first day, Raz, you remember trying to get our permits our first day. We had people on the roof that were doing job interviews because he wanted to come over and help and saw what we had. We had a elevator guy come back up from Cincinnati, leave a job to come back up and get our elevators going so we could get our permits. A1 and our electrician, man, I got pictures. We had like 20 different company cars out there our opening day.
That fire alarm, man.
Yeah, the fire alarm. Yeah, that's at night. Yeah. And that fire alarm panel and stuff. But, and the city's been good to us. We all know me and Carnage and hate it for them. But the way the city's always fucked with them, they've always fucked with them. Man, the city of Dayton has been outstanding to us. My fire marshal that opening day told me to leave, that he would take care of it. Because my stomach, he knew how tore up I was. I was literally throwing up, sitting in a corner in a fetal position. And they come up, gave me my permits, and I cried like a baby. And hey, sucked it up, went on and got everybody pumped up, and we did it. Very successful first night. For a brand new hunt. So, yeah. But that's what you were talking about. Why we open up, stay late, and stuff like that. Because of the hunt. We were going to stay or open up a week later this weekend. And when I started talking to people about it, like, oh man, we don't open till the same weekend y'all do this year. Yeah. You all normally open up the weekend before. So we love to come and watch you all or, to check the show out. That's their chance to get in. once again. And we give hunters discounts, when they come in, and so we decided to start opening up, same time we always do, and do it, and let the actors come in and do it. We have whole hunts, the caves, they'll come out and see us.
Yep.
Middletown, they'll come up and see us, and that's awesome when you bring hunts in and they've got, 14, 15, 20 people coming into your hunt. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah. And on our current calendar, I think we're back to opening the same time as everyone else, because everyone else is opening up a little bit early because of
that's right.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th, which pisses me off. Face Your Fears is opening up that night, and it's his
everybody is just about,
and it's his freaking 13th anniversary.
Yeah.
So what the hell you gonna have this year? Huh?
We will be opening our regular, so don't you worry. If I talk to the kids and we'll come down and spend quality time with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Who knows what we do? Who knows? It's it. And Raz, I'm just talking. You know how I do. If I don't put it out there now, then I never will. We may talk about maybe not open up on 13th. Maybe us go check out some shows first, and then us have our big grand opening that next night. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just something that just popped in my mind.
Also, Fred, in 5 hours from now, maybe we should open up the weekend before. Any of those things, I think, are a possibility.
Are you talking about me? Shut up, man.
Yeah.
Shut up, man. This shit ain't funny. And usually it's like 2 weeks later, not 5 hours. 5 hours later.
You got a 10-second Tom and a 5-minute Fred.
No, that's one of the great things though about the hunt industry, honestly, and the way Fred does things. To be honest with you, yes, sometimes like we're chaotic and we will make a change in the 0 hour, but when that does happen, there's like initial panic for like a second, and then everybody just kind of looks at each other and says, "Okay, we're in it," and we just get it done. We'll freak out after, but in the moment, we will just stop because we're so close and just get it done.
It was like this year when that fire alarm went off. We always get that one a year, opening night, fire alarm. But this year, it's like you said, that was our busiest damn night we ever had. And here we got fire alarm in there, and nobody wants to get out because they normally say, "Oh, don't worry about it."
Right.
But it is like you said. I sit down and I was all tore up, like, what the hell? Why? But then, like you said, your instincts kick in. You can worry about that shit later. You got to get out there. You got 300 people that you got to get back in line, and you got and like you said, we met, we went out, we did our thing, and one person started complaining, and I told her politely, I said, "Young lady," I said, "if you turn around and look, you're one out of 300 people that I got to try to accommodate and get down these steps." I said, "So I will get to you when I can." And she turned around and looked. She's like, "You're right. I'm sorry." So we try to take pride in customer service. Sometimes we go overboard because we got 15 people asking, "How'd you like it? How'd you like it? How'd you like it? How'd you like it? How was it? You survived? Wow, woo, wow." Whew, it's a lot. But we all hear the same thing. Great job. Because our thing is too, if you got a problem with something that's happened, tell me now. Don't blast me. Be an adult. I'm right here. You look. We don't have very many ones that are legit. Or bad reviews. Period. And like I said, a lot of that comes, from the time they walk in that door until they go through that show. My motto: they work hard for their money. I work hard for my money. I work hard for everything I got in there. I want to make sure they get a good show. We're family entertainment, right? Is that correct, or did I screw that up?
No, you did.
Yeah.
So
Kid friendly was the old one. That's what it was.
Yeah, we used to be family friendly. It's what we were. And then he looked at me. He's like, "We're going to change the family friendly thing." And he just saw the pure excitement on my face and goes, "To family entertainment." Immediately, I was like,
"Yeah, family entertainment. Yes, that's what it was. Family entertainment. Yes, I forget.
Man. That'd be good.
Yeah, he thought we were changing it to some crazy shit. I said, "Nope, we're family entertainment. We don't want to be kid friendly. It's like I told you.
That's all."
But I think a lot of people, everybody I talk to, they always ask about hunts, and the favorite parts and this and that. And, we know we're not going to scare everybody. So we put on a show. That's what we tell everybody. You're going to have a show. You're paying to go watch a movie that, somewhere. You're paying for a show. Well, we're going to put you in live theater. and we're going to entertain you because not everything scares everybody. Clowns don't scare everybody.
Right.
Pile coming out, he scares you. And but when people, I guess where my point was going with that is when you when people are running out laughing, out of your haunt, I'm like, hold on, man, in a haunted house you're supposed to come out crying, screaming. The dude from Ellen does. Andy, he screams. And they come out laughing, but when they look at you and say, "We had a blast,"
right?
This is the most. My grandkids over there falling and stuff. But when they say they had a blast or they had, just a great time, that's all. That's great. We did our job. We have a job, and that's to entertain them.
Right. And I'll tell you what. I love at my haunt when somebody looks at me and goes, "This ain't going to be scary. I know this." And it's like, okay, give me a sec. Send them down, and I go get my gear on. And mine's outside. I can run chainsaws. And that was the same girl last year that passed out from Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can do some things at my haunt you guys can't do.
You're
but
right.
At your haunt, I modified myself to include Grandpa. And man, is there a lot of Grandpa on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, now Grandpa's probably painted into the floor.
He permanent. Yeah. He ain't been swept. He probably sitting in some damn sticky ass, nasty ass trash water. Yeah. So right now I'm not happy with the look, but it's a haunt. We work hard. We do what we do. Right. Y'all know me, and I make a hell of a mess. I'm building a Nerf arena. And we're going to try to do some birthday parties and stuff in our queue line, and but it's hard trying to figure out how to integrate that as well into the queue line. How are you going to turn this Nerf arena into a queue line? So that's one thing's got to figure out. It's always there's always decisions and choices that have to be made.
Right.
Just on the littlest things. So, yeah, but
it's awesome.
Yeah, I try.
So we were going to get Sean in here, but he's decided that you're doing a good job, so he's going to let you have it.
Oh, see how he is, because he was just talking about how he's been seen by thousands of people. He gets on news every now and again.
Yep.
But yeah, he told me, "Jeez, little sucker."
Is he the one that always wears the sunglasses in the back of the live interview?
No, he's the one that's actually talking. He's the God love AAA, but he's the face of AAA in Dayton.
Yep.
He's got to give the traffic condition, tire ratings, and all that shit.
Yep.
Something.
I will tell you, I figure we'll get Sean on here one way or another. He is just part of Hell's Dungeon enough that you can't have a show without Sean popping up, right?
Hey, are you okay? Right now the hammock is not made like that. No. Grandkids, God, y'all know I love them, but y'all put them down.
That's another cool thing, though, because we talk a lot about how haunts are families, and a lot of us actually have our actual family there with us, haunting and helping out and doing stuff. And your grandkids, I've been watching them grow up the last 5 years too. It's been amazing.
It is amazing. Like I said, this being our 5th year, having everybody that was there the first year, watching Brooke grow up, to be the young lady she is and stuff, and all of them. But but like you said, people bringing in their families, they enjoy it so much, they want everybody to enjoy it.
Yeah,
and we've picked up a lot like that. But watching these kids grow into it, I don't think Goat will ever do it. But Hootie enjoys it. Hootie actually last year was scaring the bejeebies out of people. Like, he got smacked one time. He scared somebody so bad, and everybody's like, "You gonna go get mad?" No, they didn't hit him on purpose. It's part of the job, He learned, don't get so close. We should have more of them.
Yep.
That's actually the reason that my character actually has a real hard mask in case someone smacks me, just because then I have that shield.
Oh, I thought it was so you didn't look so damn ugly.
It ain't gonna fix it. No matter what I stick on this, I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. What's up?
I gotta know, Fred.
What's up?
Through all the years that you've been doing this now,
All four.
All four. It's still.
Hold on. What's the date of the day? Hold on.
It's April 26th. Fred and technology. He'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like we should have a little thing that goes do 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 do.
There he is. He's back.
Surprise! What's the date of the day?
It's
the 26th.
26th?
Yeah.
I think today is 4-year day of I got the keys.
Oh.
I honestly, it's the 26th or the 28th, but I'm thinking it's the 26th is the day that I got the keys to the hunt. We were supposed to get them January 1st. Of course, that didn't happen. So, yeah, you want to talk about excitement now and building a hunt and during COVID. You know, like I said, we were supposed to get everything January 1st. I got my keys 4 years to the day is when Hell's Dungeon started, and that's exactly like I said when my hunt experience started. And then, like I said, the last day we had everybody there helping us. We got our permits. I think it was like middle of August. So we basically finished out all of our walls and decorating within 33 days after to where we opened. It took us 33 days after getting our permit to open up, man. And that was teamwork, you know. And that first year, man, you know, we had some people leave us, you know, but is what it is. You know, I'm not mad. The hunt wouldn't be what they were without every person that's come through, you know.
That's true.
So I'm very appreciative of it because people are getting paid little or nothing to go over there and do it. They're doing it for the love that throughout the season and stuff. Don't get nothing, you know. Poor old Sean, I don't think I paid them but one time. You know, I pay him with my friendship though.
That's true.
You pay him in food, don't you?
Yeah, lots of food.
Yeah, lots of food, man. Yeah, but not like I said, it definitely takes a village there, you know, between makeup and I think we got 6 on a good night. Some nights,
yeah.
We got costuming, we got like I said, props and stuff like that. People behind the scenes that you don't see, you know, we're running 5 to 6 security guards and 2 ticket, and you know, it's a lot of people.
And 50 plus actors a lot of the nights.
Yeah. So normally we'll have on a Friday or Saturday over 75 actors, or not actors, but employees total.
Employees, yep.
So, you know, and it's just, it's fairly easy. It's, you know, how do you manage 75 people? Shit, have fun. You know, that's what I used to tell them when I was an instructor, you know, for the Air Force. You know, we used to teach Army, Navy, Air Force. And I tell them, y'all put up with enough stuff at the dorms, you know, with your inspections, your rooms, your, you know, this and that. I said, you got to do all this marching in the heat. I said, when you're over here, I said, you're here to learn. That's what you're getting paid to do. I said, but you're going to have fun. And I'm going to teach you because you're going to have more. You're going to learn more if you have fun doing it. That's why we have the ABC song. You know, it's fun for the kids to learn it. I just learned, you know, how to count to 20 the other night by my kids, grandkids. So, you know.
That's another cool thing too, is because when you've got a lot of like veteran actors that have been doing this forever, people that have become vets because they've been with us for so long.
Yeah, I was gonna say we ain't got very many veterans, but we've got veterans of our hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some veterans and a lot of veterans of our hunt, and like he was talking about earlier, how when if you're new there, regardless of your position, everybody's on you, wanting to meet you, get to know you, help you out, and it's just knowing the right people to put where throughout the whole building. You know, it just, there's not a lot of management in that way to be done because everybody's just of the same mind. Everybody knows what we need to get done, and you find those people over time.
And that's what I've always said. Being an owner, you know, you're looking down at everything. To me, it looks like as you put it in a military way with your flights, your squadrons, and this and that, or you can put it in, you know, a jigsaw puzzle. You know, you build the borders out, you know, and that's securing your haunt. Then you start putting the integral pieces in the middle. And once you got that management lined up where you need it, then that's where the pieces start falling. And as the owner, to be able to look down and see everything come together for the common goal, I don't tell them how to do the job. I try not to. You know, there's days I got to step in and say, hey, this is what you need to do. You know, most of the time they listen. Sometimes they say like that and go on, you know, and we just deal with it, you know. But to see all the pieces go together, and then, like I said, to see the people come out laughing, smiling, joking, leaving us reviews, you know, that's the best part. You know, the laughs like this. I don't know if you hear my grandkid over there, but you know, hearing him over there, I love laughs, man. And but to see them come out like that, like I said, it really puts that whole puzzle together, man. And some nights it's a 1,000,000-piece puzzle, some nights it's a 10-piece, you know, and things are different. But we've never really had huge big failures besides fire alarms.
Yeah,
and I blame that on Sean.
What is like your favorite story about the haunt, or something that's happened there, or come out of there, or what have you?
Oh, jeez.
You already know my favorite is Dr. Apenhumper, and I've told that story like 2 million times on different shows.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Rob in here now too. Hey, Rob, how's it going, man?
I told you that you talking about an old veteran. He heard you. He said, "Oh shit, I got pee." He said, "I got to pee. I better get up for the 5th time tonight and go check it out."
Hell
So I'm
yeah!
about to
He's
say
somebody
hi.
I love. I even love learning things from whenever I get the opportunity, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is. No matter how long you've been doing it, whether it's someone that's been doing it longer than you or a new person coming up with a new idea, the opportunity to just always learn new shit is my favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I can't really say a favorite story or favorite because, like I said, being the owner, there's just so many different stories you see, so many you're a part of. You know, I come across something today, Hootie found, you know, like opening day 2nd year, you know, when I busted my head open. You know,
Third
that's a
year when you
story.
busted your head open.
Yeah, 3rd year open. This year I didn't. It was Sean's mouth or eyeball getting busted. But
Yeah.
but just there's so many different stories, you know, that it's I always tell people it's not about me, it's about them. And I try to mentor because it's, you know, I did that in the Air Force. You know, I did a lot of coaching and stuff and mentor kids and stuff and throughout the years, and that's something we try to do down there too. You know, we try to mentor. We've got one right now that I'm not gonna say I talked into, but I had lots of talks about him going into the military, and he's in the Army now. I try to talk to my kids about it, you know, because we're not all smart to go to college. We don't all have the money to go to college. I could have went to college out of high school, but, you know, I told my mom and dad, I'm not going to waste your money. You know, give it to me and I'll smoke it up before. No, I'm kidding. But, you know, getting them to do that and just getting them to get jobs, you know, I just see, like I said, I see all kinds of success, you know, stories. We you could just go on and on, man. Like I said, it's so proud when you go up to, you know, you've seen somebody for 3 years grow up, graduate, you know, they're in college, and then you roll up to get a sandwich and they're working, you know, at a fast food restaurant, you know, because they know they got to make a living. They can't just sit back, you know, and they look at me, you know, thank you. Thank me for what? You know, just for those talks that you have to make us want to do something, you know, and be something out of ourselves. So that's one thing we try to pride. You know, you got to push others harder than others. Some you ain't got to push. Some you got to push hard, you know. And that's what we try to do. And it's not just me. It's not just me. The man right there does. Doctor does. You know, Sean does. Of course, Keisha, you know. We all try to take care of them down there. We want parents, because we do have a lot of kids. Our young ones, I should say, not kids, but
a lot of our kids are growing up now.
Yeah. Then that's what's great is because we're watching them grow, and now they're turning into all these actors that we need. You know, we're getting Matt's starting to get bigger and uglier every year.
He is, man. He is.
You know, so we've watched him go from that little guy that hits you inside the head with a hammer or a shovel.
Fucking shovel, man. I still won't let him hold a shovel to this day in any situation.
Crazy. But you know, but them turning into our veterans now and taking on leadership roles and being leaders to the young ones and stuff, man. Like I said, that's what I love.
Yep.
That's what I love, because that's what I enjoyed, you know, being in the military. When I was in, you know, I'll tell you a story right now. I got a young man that I was his first instructor. as he come out of basic training and stuff. We didn't get close, but he was a young airman. He's retiring this year. I've watched him throughout his career progress, the journeys he had in life, and the things that he's done. And that was before that was the don't ask, don't tell. But we all knew, okay, we got your back. You're doing nothing wrong. You're working. And but just watching him throughout his career, doing everything. Now we got Amy. See, Amy, my first.
Now.
Amy, she was my very first hire. And Caitlin, my daughter, had put something in, struggling in Dayton, and me and Jessica, we had interviews, and she come in, and she was our first employee. We hate to lose some of our employees like that, but when they got a life, she had to work.
Right.
But that's still the family. Sees us when she can. So.
Hey, Anna. Anna in here as well.
But yeah, no, I love it, man. Like I said, I love it. Everybody's got different stories down there about how they got to where they're at, but they know where they're at, don't we, puppy? Huh? Don't we?
So I will tell you, one of the coolest things at Hell's Dungeon was your guys' awards banquet. And I think it's great because you guys come up with some of the most creative, crazy ideas for names on these awards that you could ever ask for. And
once again, yeah. Well, once again, that's something that I learned in the military. Like I said, in the Air Force, when you would go away, if you get a lot of nice shit, you know what I'm saying? They give you, don't be running over my twos now. They're halfway nice. But like when you would leave, you'd have a luncheon or something like that, and they'd give you gifts, plaques and flags, and I got all kinds of stuff, coins and stuff, my shadow box, when I retired. But what I started doing on when I started leaving is we had a small career field. We had very few. And so we worked side by side, with about 10 of us all day long. And when I say work side by side, I mean in a nice air conditioned place, making teeth, taking a 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:20, 10, 11 o'clock lunch. You know what I'm saying? But we would all get close like that. And you got to know them on a different level. So I would make up things for them. I think we went golfing. These two guys were arguing. My buddy Eric hit a birdie. That's one under, right, birdie?
Yeah.
Okay. So but nobody had seen it because then we're arguing. So I got him a little thing that said, hey, and it was an accomplishment, but nobody's seen it, so it didn't happen. And he loved it, and it's something that he still got to this day. That he takes everywhere with him, and that's what I want to do because everybody's there giving their time. It shouldn't just be. I don't even like giving out top awards because I think everybody's different, But everybody's got their own story. Everybody's got their own character. Everybody's either. We used to have the Poopy Award at a couple of my bases, and we would have a big turd-shaped pile of shit, with coffee grind and stuff in it that we made. And if you did something really stupid, you'd get it. So we took stupidness and we made it fun. You know what I'm saying? You got to have fun with it.
Right,
and that's just one of those things that, hey, laugh and have fun.
If you guys at home have ever seen the TV show The Office, this is like the Dundee Awards times 10. We have people show up and play music sometimes. We had a special appearance, a return this year. We have the food. We have the speeches. We've got the hilarious awards. I mean, things like the Wreck-It Ralph Award for the person that destroys the most of the Han on accident. Like, it's just... And we probably have more meetings geared towards like being thoughtful about those like little details like that than we do the bigger details sometimes.
Yeah,
just to make sure everybody feels that.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, because it makes everybody feel appreciated. Some that they're getting a little bit of the recognition, a lot more that they deserve. But how can you give recognition to everything for everybody? That does it. It's crazy.
And I will tell you that OHA is really awesome the way that they do everything, because they go around and they ask Hans to nominate somebody. And this year, you guys did.
Miss Ani Wilson, yes sir,
Yeah.
yes sir. She's one of those that, like I said, when we say everybody's got a story, uh, this young lady come to us couple, I think, our second year. She had, I hope she don't mind, but she's very socially awkward, I would say, and she got pumped up her first, she never acted. We created a character for her. She built the costume. She got dressed up. She got in. She freaked out. She was done. So we said, all right, we'll try it again second night. Second night, done. So each year we would always laugh because it would take her about, what, 2 nights, Raz? Two,
Yep.
maybe 3 nights before she would get comfortable, before she'd go in there. But this year, man, she stepped it up. She never come out one time. She loved it. She put on an exciting show. The power, the energy that she had, and what she actually was able to work. I love to see people mentoring without having to be told. You know what I'm saying? And seeing her, hey, now quit screaming like all that. You're gonna wake up the neighbors back there in the backyard. My dead ones. He got boogers coming down his nose. I don't even know what I was talking about, man. These grandkids get you.
We were talking about when people take leadership roles
Ani
without
and
even
stuff
being
like that.
needing to be asked. Yeah.
Yeah, and this year there was no hesitation of working or anxiety, on anything. She stepped up to take over, part of our costuming thing, which this year, we've talked about. She wants to do a lot more with it. Said she's got some plans and stuff. And like I said, just to see her and the way her brother has come along, who is just
Carter.
like I said, same way, socially awkward, this and that. But this year, Sean and Crystal, they didn't want to work for a couple weekends, so they took vacation. And Carter stepped right up and jumped right in, and we miss Sean, but it was a lot easier to do it without having Carter there. And like I said, that's what I love seeing. Our people, our rejects, are coming out of their shell to be who they are, and for the good. For the good. We, like I said, we've got lots of youngins that who knows what they do or what, but now they're playing sports. You got female wrestling and I don't know. It's just awesome.
Another thing I wanted to bring up was the homecoming dance that we do.
Yes.
For the young ones.
Yes, that is something I have nothing to do with. That is, oh Lord, I got a little puppy.
It was during our first year, Keisha, Michelle, and Randa came up with this cool idea to throw a homecoming for the kids because it was COVID and there were none. And it became giving something to them they wouldn't have otherwise be able to had. And then every year we've talked about it, and we've kept it going because it's like a staple now. Even friend haunts that have the younger kids can come.
It's one of those things that these kids, a lot of them won't go to prom because they don't want to miss it.
Homecoming.
Or homecoming, homecoming, or they dress up and do something. So a lot of them will say, we want to work, and I encourage them to go. That's your, if it's your senior year, I don't want you here on homecoming night. I want you there because that's something that you're only going to be a senior in high school once. You're only going to be homecoming. So go do it. But when they say no, they want to be here. Okay. So what can we do? What can we do to thank them? And we have adults that had dropped out or didn't go to school or didn't go to homecoming that'll dress up and come in because it's their homecoming as well. And of course they're going to do it because they're there as well, sacrificing their time. So, and like you said, this year we brought down some of you, some of the chainer crews down. That's one good thing about our haunt is we're open to anything and everybody, man. Acting wise, and I love it. That I love to see the haunts. I think this year, what did we say at the Valentine? Was it 8 different
haunts that night,
and veteran actors or that wasn't associated? We had eight different places represented it, and to have that in the middle of February, and people just loving it, and it's free. It's volunteer. I'll feed you. Come on. But that just shows how much people just love the haunt industry. You know, one that they'll come up and do that and have a good time like that. So
I've definitely ever, like, other than the JCs in Heber where I started back in the day, I've never worked at a haunt that did a banquet, or even then they didn't even do a homecoming or a dance for us or anything like that. It's like, to do like this kind of stuff, it's just it's those step further, because like you said, you know, we don't necessarily pay a lot at the dungeon, but we do a million times more than a lot of haunts do for their folks. You know, the feeding them, we help them design their characters. You know, we do all their costumes, their makeup for them, and we do other fun events too. We get together New Year's sometimes and bring a pile down and cook.
Yeah, we've had last couple of New Years. We've had I think we watched Ohio State get beat one year in a championship. You know, last year we did that cookout. Was it last summer? We did a cookout or summer before. We'll probably have one this year. You know, and I feel honored and privileged when these kids are growing up that's been with us. You know, will ask me to come to their graduation party, or walk them down the aisle. You know, I got asked. So me and my fellow, he's the doctor, get to walk down the aisle with his lovely daughter Brooke. You know, and that just means a lot, because people, you know, just.
Can I do these yellows for you?
Squidward and SpongeBob are getting painted.
Come on.
Well, I can say that we are always excited to come see what's going on. I know we came down New Year's Eve to celebrate it with you guys, even though my wife Maya forgot exactly why we went down to begin with. She legitly did. She absolutely. I said, "Well, it's almost midnight." She goes, "Are we leaving?" I said, "I would like to wait until midnight." And she goes, "I don't understand why." And that was the whole thing.
Yeah. See, all this hour we ain't even talked about the inside of the haunt one bit.
Yeah, we're going to get to that here in a minute.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
We need to, man.
Yeah, I was going to say with that now, you know, I talked about getting us there, you know, and this and that, but I wouldn't do it. I'd do it all over. You know, like I said, this is something happens like this, you know, keep on trucking. You know, like I said, you know, my heart breaks for me and them, the work they put in, and knowing I think every day the same way. It could be me. Could be me tomorrow. And that's why I just, like I said, the rejects are good people, man. Good people, and the way they come together for the haunt. It's not for me. It's what I tell them. It's for the haunt. You know, and the way everybody comes together for that, man. Just like I said, it means the world to me. It means the absolute world. Because, like I said, I enjoy people. I love people. I can talk to people. I'm a hugger. I think everybody knows that.
Yep.
So you know, and I just love watching people grow and friendships and everything. So I guess I get old and I get a little sappy in my old age.
Now, I know we got to hit our commercial break here really quick in a minute, but we do have a couple last questions for you when we come back.
Fine. Yeah, ain't no problem. Yeah, I got a little bit.
Okay, cool. We don't want to keep it too long, man.
So we'll go ahead and do the commercial break right now, and we'll have Fred when we get back.
Greetings and shabebans. We are the Retro Reductibus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Red Octopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorking Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Red Octopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
This is what happens when you watch
Chainer's Haunted Secrets.
only on the Owl Light Network and the Dorkening.
Dun, dun, dun.
And in case you guys were wondering about like the musical background there, that's Ron and Matt doing the bass voices, and actually Mia from Carnage doing the high note.
Oh, I can believe it. Me is a trip. Did y'all see she's at her 100th year anniversary class reunion? Her down there in Florida.
100-year anniversary.
100-year class reunion.
You know, mine was last week, and I chose not to go because I had dinner with all my chainers, and there was a couple classmates asked what I was doing, and I said I haven't done a single thing with my life.
Yeah.
There's something I desperately need to point out right now. We got Gwen, aka Carl, aka Bob. I'm pretty sure that is me in the background of her Facebook, and I do not understand why that is. That's weird, man. I just saw that for the first time.
What is it? Because I can't see.
Oh, it's literally a picture of her with me in the background that she took at the awards banquet for Chainers. And
yeah,
background now, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Got a Jeffrey too. Hey, Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeffrey.
What is your favorite scene at your haunt or at another haunt?
My favorite scene, I think, is it was Booty Baby Boy, but everybody forced me to, retire. Raz.
No, I like it.
No, I think the newest one that I like. And once again, how you gonna ask me that? There's so much, because it's like I can't pick a room. Because I've got so many. I've got
What's your favorite right now in this exact moment in time?
At this exact, I'd say the new cemetery that I did. Because I did it so quick. We did it as part of the show for Valentine's, but didn't work out the way we wanted to. But it just the looks of it and stuff like that, and like I said, just the fastness of it, getting put up and then under the pressure and stuff like that. So I think we all know, that'll probably change sooner or later too. So, but changes this year. Always every year. Last year, you were talking about, I love 3D. I love art. When I say art, I mean bright colors, because I'm blind, and so the darker colors and stuff like that, yeah, it's good and spooky, but it doesn't impress me as much as walking in and seeing a 8-foot clown head, 6 foot wide, and 3D, coming at you and stuff. So the favorite section I'd have to say is my 3D. Favorite room right now is my clown section. So, or not clown section. I'm sorry, my cemetery section. Yeah, I just did. Okay. So, yeah, but there's always changes coming.
Are there any changes you feel comfortable about telling anyone? I've not told anyone anything because I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I don't really talk about it.
I don't host because I don't care. I'll tell you. Rufus is moving this year. We ain't got all the details down, but I hate to say it, we may not have our haywire back this year all the time. So we know we're losing a big ending. So so I think putting Rufus there at the end, I'll let Raz figure out where to go from there, or we'll work together to figure it out. But but then the beginning, if you got to move the beginning to the end, you got to replace the beginning, and that's going to be. Let's just say you're going to get put in a pretty dark place in order to go down to the dungeon or down to the wherever the hell, I don't know, somewhere down there. There's too many. Look, we got portals, we got stairwells, we've got stairwells to nowhere, portals. Shit. I can't keep up with it all the time. But no, like I said, we are changing the way that the very first opening scene where Rufus is at is going to be the way I've always wanted it, we'll say. Getting back to a lot of my original dreams and the haunt being the original way. We still got old blueprints laying around and my little rough ass drawings. But this year, I think we're going to concentrate more on our sales area. We're going to improve our merchandise area. We're going to have room just for our vendors, but we're going to expand Hell's Dungeons merchandise area. So that, as well as, like I said, our queue line, we're going to be doing it different this year. We're not going to have a queue line. What we're going to try is where we're doing the Nerf arena, there's going to be so many different things in there, bright colors. Hopefully by then we can have up a shooting gallery and stuff. So we want people to walk around and see it. We don't want them just to walk in, walk straight to the line. Okay, come on back. Give them 10 minutes walk around. They might want to do some gel blasting or some target practicing or something, or they see the upcoming shows, the Christmas shows, the Valentine shows. We haven't done that in the past. And that's our own mistakes. We learn every year. Every day is a learning game. And so the queue, like I said, the queue line is going to be different. So I don't know what on the inside of that. I know we've talked about a couple rooms that we're going to do a couple big changes to, but there will be no big section like the 3D section last year. I ain't even finished it yet, so I still got to go back in and finish a room or two of it. So
I think we're trying to encompass the entire circus in the 3D. So we're going to move it up where the circus starts over in the freak show.
Yeah.
And your refresh section was gonna, I think, Asylum was gonna get a little bit more this year than it
I'll get a little bit of love. Yeah, get a little bit of love. There's some halls in the haunt that I just absolutely hate. Some rooms I just absolutely hate. For some reason, I just cannot do anything with it. And no matter what. So we might not even get to them this year. I don't know, man. One day at a time. Everybody asks me where do I get my ideas from or what can they do to help. Can't do nothing if I don't know what I'm doing. So
sometimes you just got to smoke a little bit and walk through a million times in one day, and then you're like, okay, that's what I want.
Why you think I like the 3D section? Try painting that shit high.
Oh yeah.
Hey! Wow! Look at that beard! Wow.
That was year one when you were on the news and everything.
Yeah,
and
that's the newspaper there. Yeah. Wow, be damn.
That's honk.
Wow.
We might have done some research, and you don't know what we got.
You're right. But hey, man, like I said, I'm glad that I'm still seeing it. I'm glad I'm still open with everything we've been through. With COVID and and then the way the economy's whatever the hell it's doing.
Yeah.
And then this year, they're expecting a down year because the election. Everybody's going to be holding on to their money, and Trump lovers going to buy guns, and Biden lovers going to buy water guns. I don't know, and that's only time will tell. All we can do is just put on the best show we can. So
we have a cool partnership also with Harley over in Xenia.
Yes, the Harley of Xenia there, they partnered up with us last year, their first annual Freak Fest that they did, and they had a freak show out there. I had a couple of gentlemen come out doing some crazy shit I won't do. But I think we're going to try to team up this year. We haven't sat down and really talked all the details out, but for our opening day, September 14th, that's when we're going to do our big opening. We're going to have food trucks, probably have Nerf arena or something set up. Who knows what we'll have done. But, this year I want to make sure it's our 5th anniversary, that we started with a bang, and make sure that it continues to where we got a 6th season. So
Yeah.
But but there's a lot of different scenes in there. If you look at it, what we say, Raz, we got a total of 4 basic haunts inside.
We got 4 separate haunts. At the count when we ended last year, and I know that's already going to be changing this year, it was, one second, I have it written down over here.
The room count, because I sure in hell can't keep
67
that.
actual individual rooms is what we had by last year. And we've already done some stuff that's made that into more since then. Like I think we have like just some stuff we did like right around February kind of technically added to, and then some of the stuff we're talking about this year is splitting into some bigger sections, and doing some other ones. So we could end up with 70 by the time we're done. We open this year.
Oh, easy, and you got to remember, in all actuality, the very first set of blueprints that I did, I'd had the queue line as a haunt. So I was going to have one in the queue line in the Main Street area, and I was going to have a big one.
Yep.
So,
and then one of our we had 2 queue lines back then, and one ended up turning into Main Street.
Yep. That was ticket booth that first area. Yeah, that first year. Yeah, man, it's come a long way, and that's why people keep coming back throughout the year, is because they know each week we're still changing, and they know they're not going to see the same show. You go down, I'm not talking about anything, but you go down Land of Illusion, as you walk across the bridge, you hear the music, Michael's coming. He's coming out from the bush on the left. That's what he does every year. Us, we don't know. They're going to come this year. They may even come above you a little bit. We're still trying to figure that stuff out. It's always a constant racking of brains, and what's really funny is when I'm racking my brain and then I sit down with Raz or somebody else and they're telling me what their brain's racking, and it's the same racking as my brain. That's scary, because that it's going to be badass, and that's worked out that way quite a bit. So,
Racking and rolling.
A lot of creaking.
That's the best nights though, when there's virtually no one in the building, like maybe 2 or 3 of us, and we just sit down and we start talking about something. But then we got to walk into the hunt, over into that scene to see what we're talking about and figure it out. And what was supposed to be like a 20-30 minute conversation is now going on hour 3.
Yeah. Yep. Hour 3, and then that's just crazy. But hey, we get it done, man. Like I said, that's what I love about it. I don't know what I was thinking when I opened it up. I had no management team. I had no makeup artist. I had no, I had the props, and I just knew I could do it. I can do props. Hell, I already got to play it, plug and play shit. That's where you talk about Sean, saving, ourselves, the decorate first year, outstanding. Still stuff in there that I hadn't changed. Don't need to. It's awesome. It does good work, but we wouldn't be where we were at without everything.
Definitely. Now this is Melissa March. She just joined us this past season and was, in my opinion, probably one of our most quickest rising stars. And she joined us a little bit late too. She was absolutely amazing. We appreciate you, man. I swear, I think you got more people coming in than the normal lives that we do.
Well, hey,
the cast and crew page. Every time
at least we know somebody checks it, or at least we know they're pretty lonely on a Friday night. See what the hell these 3 idiots are talking about.
I think every time you do announcements, we're just gonna have to turn into like a little mini podcast, so they'll come and watch it.
Man,
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you.
Go
ahead, brother.
When you guys show up in a freaking herd.
Hey, brother, we don't play around. Exactly. That was the devil's attic the first year. Wow, y'all going back deep on that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That's when we started. No, it was that night when we went to the Horrorplex that we started the Who Are We chant.
Yep.
So, yeah. Wow, brother, y'all did, man.
And we do a Christmas picture every year. Like we do a picture for Christmas and for Valentine's Day where everybody gets together. But the cool one about Valentine's Day is we do it with a lot of the guests as well.
Right.
Yeah, we won't talk about Valentine's Day this year, okay? That's still a little fresh. Too soon. That hurt. So,
yeah.
But, this year, I think we're going to be changing up some of our redneck scenes a little bit, different characters. A few of the characters are wanting to grow and prosper and spread their wings. And everybody knows I'm not one that's going to hold anybody back if they can do the job and want to try it. You've been that area one time and you get a little burned out. I don't want you burned out.
Yeah.
So we're moving characters around and changing out some things. So
I think it's important to refresh like that too, man, because we actually, what people don't know is that when we do different shows through the year, like our cinema night show, our backwards night, our dark night, our chaos night, we actually create a new show for each of those.
Yeah.
Like we move characters around, we'll move props around. Christmas and Valentine's Day, we go in and decorate, we add a new story. Like we do a lot. And effectively, last year we had technically it was 6 unique shows, including the holidays.
Yes.
Not including our normal shows. So you can literally keep coming back and have new experiences every slot. Usually, like, I feel like it's like every couple of weeks that we're open, there's an event where we change some things up.
Yeah.
And then November, that first week in November, it's usually nothing but
the reverse and stuff like that. Yeah. And every year we forget how we did it the year before, so we got to try to figure it out. So
Yep. It's always fun though.
Yeah, it is, man. And then, like I said, what makes those special shows or those other shows is the other characters coming in and pumped up, because that teaches our characters too. That's one of those learning sessions that the older actors can teach. If you're not teaching my actors, you're not doing your job. You know what I'm saying? As in, we're all here to help each other. It's not about Hell's Dungeon or Face Your Fears. When we're there, we're all a reject. They're one of us. They're coming into our home, and they're going to show all out. So you need to watch and show all out too. Ours are still learning. We're still young, with our characters. Literally, a majority of ours under what, 22, maybe?
Yeah, Oh yeah, majority of our hunters are under 22. Yeah,
and like I say, Rob's the old fucker.
Yep. Those same people that come in and volunteer though through the season, some of them will actually come preseason and help us teach like guest acting lessons. So we've even got like a really cool acting program where we get to bring them in and we all get to learn from them too, which is a lot. We've had Max down there. Beth was just down there last year.
Yeah. I can't even remember, man. That's the thing. To me, you learn more from different experiences, different people. Once again, it's like what I told my students. You had to work with your hands a lot, and there was no ABC way to do it. Everybody's ways was different. And what I used to tell them, and I try to tell my youngins too, is and about life. That it's about life. Learn from everybody you're around, and take it and make it your own. You can't follow Dr. Raz all the time. I can't follow Powell, but I can take that little bit of Powell that I like and a little bit of Raz that I like, and I can put it in to my character. And that's why we love it. So, and we mix them all up. We try to make sure that they're all mixed in together to where everybody can watch each other, because a lot of they're still young. Powell's is still young when they come down, so they're learning from my characters, and mine better be very, very appreciative for having them there, because that's one thing we are, is appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have been awesome, and you've let people come through and do walkthroughs of your haunt. Have you been excited about people wanting to come and do videos there and share more about what they like?
Here's the one thing I've always told my people, and I've had managers tell me I'm stupid. I told them, they told me I'm crazy. That I have nothing to hide in my haunt. My haunt's open not 24/7, but I'll show my haunt to anybody because I enjoy feedback. I know there's rooms that I don't like. Don't come in and trash my place. Give me, but a lot of stuff you're telling me we already know. But like when OHA come through and we did the first meeting that year, like I said, that was right after our second year, I believe, or third year.
It was right between years 2 and 3. Yeah,
in between 2 and 3. So once again, we were still wet. We had just finished up our second year, and here we're hosting the OHA thanks to Max and them. And thank God we didn't listen to Powell and get pizza that night, like he was wanting to pay for. So I told him, no. I said, we coming here, son, we eating. So we got a bunch of Boston butts and smoked it up, boy, and we fed about 50, 60 people we fed down at the dungeon that day for no HA. But I encourage people, message me, tell me what you think. Like I said, I just told you today is literally my 4th year anniversary of doing anything in the haunt industry. So I learn from people. I've known Mia I've known of Mia since the last Midwest conference they had in Columbus. I sat in a class with her, and we remembered that. But having them give me my the criticism and what I can do to make it better, and then taking all that stuff, because like I said, I had Tyler and Nora and all our reviewers our first 2 years. I want everybody to write down what I can do better. I can't do it all. I can't change it. I got fucking semi-trailers covering up the entrance. But if you still can't see a big ass yellow arrow pointing to where we're at, then you're blinder than me. So we take everybody's criticism, and use it. Nothing stupid,
Right.
And I've got to, because like I said, it all comes from this head. So I'm as open-minded as could be on that. And you can tell with stuff that they told me, the length, the dollar towards minute, your dollar value. Ours has increased since we started doing that, because, we would add just something in an aisle to give them an extra 5 seconds to go around that way and another 6 seconds to go around that way. You add that up, that 5 and 6 seconds, you may get an extra 5 to 10 minutes out of your show. Right. So that's what we do. That's what I do. I love talk to me. So
I have enjoyed talking with your haunters. I have enjoyed watching the walkthroughs on YouTube.
Yeah, we have Air Factor, Carpetbagger, and Ret Stick who have done our walkthroughs.
Yeah.
They have been so much fun, and I learned so much just hearing about how they talk about you, how they talk about each other, and how you guys do your haunt. It has been amazing.
Once again, you have no idea how that makes me feel, because like I said, I had no idea what I was doing. But to be mentioned, in the same name as some of these other haunts, like I said, what was the one that gave us the honorable mention? National honorable mention of a must see in the country. I think. I got to give credit to the number. I get in trouble. He's my copyright guy, so if I do something wrong, he tells me. So, but that they mentioned us, and to have them to mention us as with the darkness, with Netherworld, and the other are the Headless Horseman. Man, you talking about? Hey, I walked around like fucking King Kong that day with my chest out because of all the hard work that we did to do it, and that's that's when I can proud to say that's my motherfucking haunt. And excuse my language, but I get excited. Now I'm pumped up, naked fuckers.
That was a big deal, though. Like, I was randomly scrolling online because I look at iHorror. It's one of the places I go for like horror news, and to see that pop up there, man. And then the radio station this year, randomly announcing that we were part of this bikers event with Harley Davidson. And I remember we didn't even know like all the details of it yet. We didn't even know. And Michelle heard it on the radio and called us all, and we're like, wait, what? And then it played again. And it was wild.
And pretty much the way we found out how that happened, because of course then we reached out like, hey, what the hell, y'all? People are like, are you mad they're doing it? Are you stupid? That's free advertisement. Free advertisement. And but once we got with them, like I said, the lady, I can't remember her name, she was part of the OHA, and she had asked around, hey, I'm with this. I don't know who she asked, but who would you work with? Here's the haunts that are around me. Who would you partner up with? And she told us everybody she talked to said, Hell's Dungeon. That's your only choice for that. For what you're wanting to do. Like I said, we know we're not the best haunt. To me, there is no best haunt. It's all the same. Everybody's different. And
I've learned different things from my local haunt compared to what I've learned from the ones in Ohio. Because the ones in Georgia are their own thing. The ones in Alabama are their own things. The one in Louisiana is their own thing.
Yeah.
And each of them and y'all's are have been some of the most fun to learn about and to see.
Well, and I think I get down on myself sometimes because, like I said, I'm in there in my head. I got a way a room's supposed to look. We always laugh because when I went to, I think it was our second year, we went to Dent, and they've got their big Russian sewer, the big water pipe, water rolling out. Hey, I was happy. We had a fucking little fish pump that pumped water up the wall out of a drain hose coming out of a damn drainage culvert. I was excited as hell we had that, So once I saw that big one, we started laughing because how that's when the Temu and the Wish started coming out. You see all this shit, and it's beautiful online, but when you get it, it ain't nothing like it. So that's when we started making the Temu reference now, and then I realized that everything that we do, we're doing it ourselves. We don't have the budgets that they do. So the ideals from the Honners are pretty much all the same. It's just how you create it that's different. Everybody, look at how many swamps, everybody has. I have a swamp. Fred's got a swamp. Mia's got a swamp. But they're all different and they're all unique in their own way. Like this year, Fred's out there building, I don't know, he's building freaking cemetery mausoleum area. I can't say nothing, but wow. You know what I'm saying? Just absolutely wow. It's going to be beautiful, and that's definitely the platinum edition, and I'll have the Temu. Or this one might be the spirit one, huh? Because that's where I got.
We're moving up. Yeah, we're moving up.
Yeah. Every year we grow up.
Fred, I will tell you, there is costumes, and then there is Temu costumes, and I'm glad that you stopped with the Temu costumes because that's a great one,
dude. You don't even know, man. Once again, you talk about stories of things that get you into the haunted house industry. Once again, so let me rephrase this. I said it was 2010, the Spirit Store. Let's rewind to 2008, South Carolina. In case you don't know, I like to have a good time, joke, smile. And I got that inflatable costume, and actually wore it 2 years in a row. One was down to Kentucky, where I went to a bar in it, won best costume. I was supposed to win one of those, cruises. I was supposed to get free drinks. I ended up paying for my drinks. I ended up getting a fight while it's inflated with one of my best friends that I grew up from high school. Come up, sucker punch me, and I turn around. I'm in this outfit. The guy that hit me's gone, so I hit the other dude, and it just turned into just a crazy mayhem night. And I'm not a fighter, but that was some funny ass shit, And like I said, that was in that costume right there, man.
That is epic.
Yeah. I wore it up South Carolina a couple times too.
I will say, when that picture got shown to me,
and I didn't even send that one to him.
No, I don't know.
One of my hunters flat out said, "I got the best photo of Fred." I said, "Okay." She shows me this, and she started laughing so hard, and I was jaw dropped. I said, "There's got to be a story with this." So when Fred told me that story the first time, I thought it was funny. Now she swears up and down that Fred looks like Dan Puppemeyer.
Yeah.
And you know me, I don't know, but yeah, everybody. I heard 3 or 4 people agree, so I had to look them up eventually. I'll put that in the Rolodex. It's in there.
But no, I just gotta say, Fred, you're a wonderful person. You got a great sense of humor.
Hey man, when you deal with the shit that everybody's dealt with their own things, but deal with shit that I've had to deal with, or as I'm dealing with, man, you gotta have a sense of humor, dude. I put a for sale sign on my dad's coffin when he passed away. So because my mom hated the farm, always said when Dad would die, Dad always said she'll sell the farm. So before he passed away, and I talk about my dad a lot because that's where, to me, that's where I try to get a lot of mannerisms and stuff, and stuff like that, and who made me. He made me who I am. And damn, it's there with that fucking squirrel.
when Dell's here, she usually has a squirrel puppet that she can like pop up on the screen and remind people.
See, I just started thinking about my dad, man, and trying not to get sentimental. But what was I talking about, Raz? Remind me.
About
I don't even remember right now.
Did we rewind?
I think we were just bullshitting. I don't think we were answering a question right now. I don't think we're.
No, I was in the middle of it. It was a good story too. It was about my dad. I promise you. I'll remember it tonight. I'll get back on.
For sale sign on the coffin.
Oh, for sale sign on the coffin. Yes. So before he passed away, I got to spend a lot of time with him, and we'd get up 3 o'clock in the morning, smoke a cigarette and stuff. And he said, "Now look, what I need you to do is, when I pass away, I always said Mom's going to sell the farm. He said, I want you to get a for sale sign and put on the coffin and contact Pat Hearn, put the phone number and everything, So I said, Dad, I can't do that. And he gave me that look, and he gave me that little shit-eating grin. I said, all right, I'm on it. So sure enough, before he passed away, I'd called in and they, I told him about, they were like, are you shitting me? I said, look, you do remember my brother, Rob? They was like, huh? And I was like, he's the one that when he passed away, 10 years before that, his pallbearer stopped in downtown Lexington. They were driving the actual hearse. They were that big that they couldn't get in with the driver, so the driver let them drive the hearse. They stopped in Lexington, downtown Main Street, did a Chinese fire drill in one of the biggest processions that, Lexington had ever seen. So sure enough, when I told him that, he said, yeah, y'all like to have a good time. So sure enough, my mom walked up, dude. She saw that sign. She got so fucking pissed. She said, who did that? I said, my brother, and pointed right at my brother. And I can't stand his ass, and I hope he got in trouble. But just to see her face, and like I said, I just felt, you got to smile, man. And that's what I try to do is, keep her, try to. It's hard. It's hard as fuck some days, but hey, my mom always said you got to smile. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know where that squirrel come from, but by God, that's what we do.
It is always great seeing you at different events. And I'll say that every single time. I got one more photo for you.
Uh-oh.
I think Rez has got a question here. Oh, look, it's Sean. See, I knew Sean would be in here. Look at that.
Right. Look, his head's bigger. Damn. Damn. Yes, that was just this year, wasn't it?
It was. Yep. It was.
And hey, the hell with the pumpkin smasher. I saw him, and I did something like beat on my chest like King Kong, and I went up to him. Well, I guess he thought I was trying to challenge him in a sumo.
The sumo
wrestling outfit, dude, and he hit me. It took the breath out of me, and I was like, what the fuck? And I realized, oh, he's a sumo wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that hurt, dude. That really, really hurt me. And I couldn't do nothing. I tried, oh, yeah, I'm okay. He didn't know. He thought I won. Hell no.
Right.
But,
I got to see him for a little while up at Horror Hound. I actually got some footage of him we're going to use to incriminate him as Pumpkin Smasher in the near future.
Hey, good guy, man. Like I said, I owe a lot to him, man. He pumped me up my first year. That's when he had time. He would do his podcast weekly, and he'd just tell them. I think the first time he talked about me, he said, "Y'all watch him." He said this is going to be a good hunt, and like I said, having supporters like that of people in the industry has just really kept us going. I try to be humble with it. You got to be humble in life. So try to. Oh no.
One of my favorite things to tell people is we got a plane, and no one ever believes it until they actually come through and they see the plane in Main Street, and they're like, "Holy shit, yeah!"
Yeah, and it's not just any plane. It's not just any plane. This year, it's going to be Amelia Earhart's plane. We're trying to come up with a story in it, but we also are putting the 1972 Volkswagen down there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at the top of the steps now, and people drove by like, "What the hell?"
Yep, you just look inside the building in the glass, and there's just a car sitting
there. Yeah, with a leprechaun sitting in the hood.
Yeah,
trunk.
Yep.
The trunk, which is the front. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but yeah, I think we're gonna try to get a boat this year.
We got a boat. We need a train.
What?
We have a boat. Technically, we do have a little boat over there in the swamp. Bait shop.
Oh,
We got that little
okay.
boat in there. It's technically a boat. It's a little one, but
it could float. Yes, it could float. It could float. It could float. Yeah.
So one of the last questions we always ask everybody is, what advice would you give someone looking into starting their own hunt?
I'm gonna tell you, just like every other hunt owner, really, really think about it. I'm not gonna say don't do it, because, like I said, I wouldn't change it. Is there some things that I'd change if I could? Probably. But like I said, I'm a sole owner. You know what I'm saying? I'm retired. This is my life. I flipped houses. I'm getting old, and I'm trying to bust my ass now to where I can sit back and hopefully enjoy watching it grow, and not having to bust my ass as much. Because it is a lot of hard work. It's a full-time job. Friends down Malice Manor, that's their full-time job. And it dedicates time. Fred and them, they've got a couple full-time builders, so it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not, like I said, I knew I didn't want indoor or outdoor. I knew I wanted indoor because, like I said, the rain. But it's not just going to cutting a trail. Well, I'll tell you, it's not cutting a trail through the woods and saying boo. There's so much more to it, and people don't realize it. The thing that almost stopped me, that I've had so many obstacles to overturn, and that's what I'm proud of is we can face it and accept it and beat the shit. But where I'm going with that is when I was getting my initial estimates on my alarm system, they had estimated, I think it was like $36,000 installed. So went to sign it a couple months later. Well, they had quit doing installs, so I had to go get my own electrical contractor. So their price dropped down to $26,000 for their equipment. So I said, okay, you figure 10, maybe somebody else might charge you 15, bring you up. I think I was thinking about 40. Yeah, dude, they hit me with $38,000 for the electrical work and $26,000 for all the equipment. I had to do something. I can't remember how I come up with it. I still thank the man above, for letting me do what I do. And it just, you come up with it some way you can. If not, I wouldn't have been able to open, and what would have been good for that. So, I had a lot of people depend on me, I feel, because of the way we are down there, the way we are a family. I do feel like, I am the leader down there. I don't show that, but I know what I've created, because everything down there is coming from my brain, and that's sad some days, but we love it, and that it just keeps everybody going. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, that's advice. Really, really, it takes one hell of a business plan to do it. It's not simple. It's not your ABC build. There's just so many different roadblocks that they can get you for. Like I said, we know what Mia's went through with the city of hers. Like I said, I went down to the city 4 times before and made sure that I was best friends. Shaking hands and kissing babies. That's what I tell people we do, and that's not anything disrespectful, and that's not a fake thing. I'm not fake by any means when I go meet people. I'm truly truly that way. But I like to talk about it, and I wanted to make sure that the city didn't mess with me. And like I said, the city has been great to me of Dayton. So you definitely got to know your city. We had a guy up in Xenia try to say he was going to open, and he didn't get with the city, or the city told him no, and he tried to go behind their back. Well, they did the news article on him. City called him, said, "What the hell is this news article I just saw? You ain't opening." And that's Greene County. So you got to make sure you get with your city and get them going.
Yep.
And I think that was last night's Mountain Dew.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh, you know how I am in the Hearn. I still finding Mountain Dews from last year. I'm still finding Pepsis. Well, guys, I bring it off here and get in here. Get these grandchildren in bed.
We appreciate.
Is there anything else? I'm sorry.
No, that usually that's one of. Oh yeah, you can handle the very last question, pal. Where he can be found.
Yeah. Real quick, Friday, were you able to get that one?
I didn't know you sent it to me. I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask the question.
Pal, did you get them?
I tried uploading something and it would not do it for me. So
no, not that.
Her.
No, it was something we sent you. Did you get them?
What'd you send me?
These nuts.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Got them.
So, real quick, Fred, where can we find you? And then we just might play a video as soon as you're leaving.
Well, this year is going to be real easy to find us because everybody keeps talking about, we're hard to find. We're not that fucking hard. We're in a shopping center, okay? You got the front and back. But no, we're at 3866 Linden Avenue. Going between the buildings, go to the right. This year, I think we're going to cause a little bit of controversy. Remember that one year that the clowns were seen on the interstates and stuff like that? Well, this year, I'm probably going to get in trouble by the landlord, but I'm going to have my 25-foot Michael Myers on top of my roof. And when you go by the highway, the roof line sits even with the interstate, and you're going to see a 25-foot Michael Myers standing up there. And I think that's going to attract a lot of attention. Hopefully, but that's going to be a big indication. But, we're around back. And like I said, we got Dungeon Darts is my new adventure coming up. That's what I'm building right now. We're going to be doing birthday parties and stuff. I got two different party rooms. I got a 6,000 square foot Nerf arena I'm building. It's not just about the hunt right now. It's about surviving. You got to do what you got to do. And that's what I'm doing. And so we're hoping that helps us. And that's Dungeon Darts with a Z. So we're going to call it Double D's. So.
So before you leave, Fred.
Hold on one second. In the video, if you're even more confused on how to find us, Max made us a video on how to find the entrance to our haunt when you're in the front of the building. And it is literally, when you go to the information page on our website, the video is right there. You can just hit play.
Right.
Hey, it's a peaceful night in Butler. I ain't heard one siren go off.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no gunshot.
On a Friday, that's a lot on a Friday, man.
We got one video for you, and then we'll let you go. Okay, Fred?
I got to watch this one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, Fred. Wish you were here.
You got to give some context for that one, pal.
Yeah.
So that was part of the Raz and Piles adventures.
Great adventure day. Yep.
Yeah. At the Frogman Festival. Those two are wonderful people, and they've seen me so many times. I looked at them. I said, "Hey, can you do me a favor? We've been like totally messing with one of our friends." And I said, "Okay." And he says, "What you need?" I said, "Can we get you just to say hi, Fred? Wish you were here." Sure.
And that's something we do often when we're together now. Like usually when we're together, we'll send a video. Sometimes Matt's in the video. Sometimes other people are in it.
Jaden was in one video.
Yep.
Everybody likes picking on me. I don't know why. Why everybody always picking on me.
But appreciate you being here, Fred. Thank
yes,
you
sir,
very
man.
much.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Hey, but this is one of the things that I truly love to see, and that's you all right here. This is the relationships that I'm talking about. We build because, like I said, this wouldn't happen without. I'm not showing my titties, but it says Hell's Dungeon somewhere on there. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this is about right here. We've got down in Texas, down BFE, and then we got Botkins BFE, and then just bringing it all together just to talk about the same thing. Young lady, it was nice meeting you tonight. You're doing an outstanding job. Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. I'll talk. You know me. I'll talk anytime. When you gonna come up see us?
When I can get the money.
Well,
It is
how
like
far is Dallas? How far is Dallas?
from here, I'm not sure. Hold on.
Because they run them out of Cincinnati all the time. Single flights.
Yeah, and they're doing
Very
the
cheap.
Amtrak now too that they're expanding. It's actually going to come all the way through Ohio at every stop.
Yeah.
Wow.
So. Yeah. So, but now you come up during Halloween season. We'll make sure we get you some tickets to some good haunts. We love. We've had people come and visit us from literally from Minnesota. People say, they'll usually find that bigger haunt. They'll find that dent. Everybody's got to go see dent. Everybody's got to go see, the nightmare. But then they'll look, if I'm going to travel to go that far, who else can I go see? And they'll look up and, I tell them, I tell everybody, check my reviews out if you don't believe me.
Yep. We had Patty from Fake Core Publishing. Oh, go ahead.
Dallas is 3.5 hours for me, but Raz has promised to do my wedding renewal one year, dressed as Beetlejuice. So I really have to get up there with my family. That and I got a little girl who also wants to come through your haunt.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and we do take care of our kids, and that's what I tell people. We're not. I don't want to be terrifying. I want to scare people. I want them to have fun. But the youngins or adults, we don't want them so terrified they don't want to come back. I don't like that, man. I want everybody. I look at it as entertainment, and we want everybody to come back. I don't want some 7-year-old kid scarred because 3 clowns cornered her and just screamed at her and yelled at her. We don't scream and yell, man. We're not that way. There's some haunts you walk out, you feel disgusting because they're all over you. That's nasty. We don't. We're going to do what we got to do to entertain. But we want that little 7-year-old to come out and see, I think it was one of the newscasts we watched one day when we were out Fairborn. A little kid said, I went to Hell's Dungeon and got a Pikachu, or a Pokemon. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? But he'd remembered out of Fairborn's festivals. The 2 things he remembered was the coffin ride from Hell's Dungeon and some Pokemon. I don't know. But, that's what we want, because in the Air Force, they always tell you, train your replacements, teach your replacements. These youngins down below us, they don't have the manners that we were taught. So, down there, it's yes. I used to make them say yes, sir, but that's not going to happen. So, but they say yes, and they're very polite, to everybody down there. And I get them from the get-go. They walk in, if I think they're sagging, I make them pull their pants up. Well, that shit up. We don't sag around here. I don't want to see your ass, and that's not disrespectful to them, but you're not going to disrespect everybody else, but nobody wants to see it.
Right.
Because half of them probably got brown streaks in them, but. All right, let me get off and get these kids. They've been awful quiet in there. So if, oh, geez. Raz, you know how these kids are.
I know.
They didn't turn nothing up there, did they, pal? No. Well, we'll see y'all. Thanks again, man, for having me. I enjoy it. And like I said, anytime. And I'll holler at you two pretty soon.
All right, man.
Hey, Raz.
Yeah.
Who are we?
Hell's Dungeon.
Where you at? No, we're rejects. Damn, you don't forget.
Oh, no. It's because,
my God, you blew it.
No, I've been over here smoking so much today, man, that I'm just like, my brain is.
Oh, no.
We're rejects, and we're at Hell's Dungeon.
Oh,
there we go.
God. That's going to hang on your head for a long time, young man. I love it when we all fuck up, because we can fuck
add it
with
to my list, man.
No, that was going to be pretty good. That's tradition.
No, I know, man. I'm just exhausted lately.
Hey, that's one thing. Hey, that's one thing I'm proud of. We're all known as stoners at my haunt, man. We don't have any alcoholics, man. We're just all laid back, laughing motherfuckers.
This is true. 24/7.
We like to have a good time, man. You got to. So, all right, we love you guys, man. All right, Raz.
Love you too, man.
Raz.
Bye, Fred.
Bye. Thank you.
Raz, who are we?
Yeah.
Rejects.
Who are we?
Rejects.
Where you at?
Hell's Dungeon.
No, Chainer's Haunted Secrets right now.
We always get confused the first time we did it out at the the Pride Festival in Springfield, nobody wants to say Hell's Dungeon because half of them thought we were going to offend people, and then others, and it was crazy. We said, "Where you at?" They were like, So, we've been trying to practice that a little bit. So we love you guys, man. We'll holler y'all.
Okay, man.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks, Fred. Have a great one.
How you turn this off? Bye.
And honestly, what you guys see is what you get. Like that's not just him on the camera. That's him like literally around the clock. That's just how he is, man. Awesome
right,
guy.
Right. He is. And actually, after I seen you guys do the Where We At and We Are Rejects, we kind of adopted it at Chainers that we are Chainers and we're at our field.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
It's just something that we started last year, and I told them to get them all fired up, this and that, and some of our actors caught onto it. Other ones were like, I'm not doing that. It's like, don't let me be behind you, find out you're not going to do this, because this is how you start that bond. You absolutely start that bond. And your guys' numbers, your guys' pure love of it is we have a very small fraction versus what you guys do. And it's amazing what the Hell's Dungeon crew does. And I am very proud to say that I have a certificate that was given to you by you guys. And now I'm one of the rejects. And I'm very excited because, not only am I a reject for just doing everything I do, I can actually say that Grandpa is a reject too.
He is. He's literally painted into our floor forever.
Grandpa in all his glory. Yeah, and he looks like that in the beginning.
I'm definitely proud of everybody that's there too. Like for my end of things, like even like Fred says, we all have nights where we're just having an off night, or one of us will go at it with another one for like 5 minutes, and then no one's got to come up and be like, "Hey, you guys are getting too heated. You need to stop." Like we will always be like, "We need a quick break," and then usually one of us go out and smoke or something like that. We'll come back like, "Yeah, I see your point. I was irritated for no reason. That's my bad." And honestly, that's about how it goes. Like if we have an argument, it just we're both, or 3 or 4 of us at a time, whoever it is, we're just really passionate about what we do, and we'll hit those little roadblocks and take our breaks and come back, and we'll build over them and just find new things to do.
Absolutely, and I'm very grateful that my crew can come down, spend quality time with you guys. You guys have been able to taste some of our wonderful world cuisine.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, we get Jenny up there. Jenny's going to get the full treatment. She's going to feel a VIP. I don't care. Maybe we need to get a little bus that goes to haunt to haunt.
Yeah, that's something that would be amazing, man. But I know.
You'd have to have 2, because I'm not coming without my best buddy, because Josh is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
You can get a couple people in a bus. I don't need to get 2 buses.
Yeah. No, I'm saying you're going to have to. There's going to be 2 tickets, is what I'm saying.
Oh, they're endless supply of tickets.
Oh, sweetie. When it comes down to my haunt, there is 1,000 tickets that I give away. And if I know somebody's coming,
I've seen what they look like too. They're really cool.
Well, holy crud! Here, I got somebody here.
Hey, how's it going, man?
So I gotta tell you, he is the reason I went down to Texas. Ronnie, right there, he's a heck of a buddy. He's from Sydney Hyatt Woods, and he moved down to Texas because his wonderful wife Ashley, and now he says aloha because he's in Hawaii and he lives there with his wife. And Ronnie, me and you need to get together, because I know that there are some haunts in Hawaii. So you need to report to me how the haunts are in Hawaii.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, that just blows me apart to actually see Ronnie
That's so cool,
actually
man.
watching this. His time frame, man, He's probably watching this as soon as he got off of work.
Glad to have you, man. But yeah, no, it's always fun to sit down and get a chance to talk with Fred about the industry. So we have talks like this. Sometimes it's not even about the hunt, where we just talk about different things we like about stuff, and like, hey, this is something I remember about haunts. How do we make that happen here? Like, the vibe, like the feeling of things. And he lets us put on a show, and it's like you said, we do a lot of training classes. We're going to do a lot more this year about how to do improv, lots of different things like that. We have these kids come in, and we might give them a character to get them started, but after they're with us, that they start out that second year, we got to help them come up with their own unique character. Now they've already played one of ours, now they do their own.
It's 5 p.m. there.
He's 5 hours behind me.
Boy. Jeez. But no, when it comes down to your guys' haunt, I want to say thank you guys very much. And I'm sure Fred has heard it from me many times, and if not, he forgot. But this last Valentine's Day, when you guys had your haunt open, it was excellent because my crew came down, and not just my crew. My father, after he had a knee replacement, that was the first time that he was able to come and haunt. And I was like, "Are you gonna be okay?" "Yeah, I'll be perfectly fine." I went to go check on him. Man, this place is great.
Man, I saw him like 4 or 5 times that night, just checking on and make sure he had what he needed. Like he was grinning the whole time. I absolutely loved working with your dad. I also, Twishy came down a lot and helped us out a lot, and he brought his dad one night, which is someone that I've known for years on and off. Like it's crazy that we all get to like do that together. Like we just, hey, grab your family, come on, let's do this, man. It's different than a lot of the places I've been at before. It's very different in that way.
And I know that as we go on with this wonderful series, and trust me, the numbers keep on adding up. People come in, they see how it is, and they keep on returning. And I love seeing all the comments from people. Oh, yeah. I will tell you right now, Rez and me already talked about it. Jenny already knows all about it. There is going to be a episode called Clowning Around. We are going to have clowns from different haunts come on in, and the question is, are they going to be able to do their makeup and sit in a seat without throwing a rubber chicken at the screen? Because clowns are crazy. I love the clowns, and I've got a friend, she watches all these shows, but she's already told me I need to give her a disclaimer because she's not watching that episode. Her and clowns don't get along at all, and that is one no. But
that's gonna be a fun one for me because I've spoken out about not against clowns. I'm not against clowns. I'm against the fact that there are so many of them out there that are exactly the same, that aren't like trying to be original. They're just clowns because it's an easy character to get scares with. But what I have the ultimate respect for, one of the biggest things I have respect for in the haunt industry, are the clowns that go out there and they make it their own, and they make it unique, and they're memorable. It's just it's just one of those things that there's a lot of clowns in this industry, and those, like I said, those unique ones I absolutely adore.
Right,
some great ones out there.
And here in 2 weeks, we're going to have Troy. He's going to come. Number one, Troy is a podcaster. He does podcasts. He's got his whole entire podcast with his group. Number two, Troy is one of those people that loves the haunt industry so much, and he moved from Oregon, I do believe, and he moved to Texas. So he is closer to Friday than we have found somebody.
Yep.
But Troy, he's also one of the people that helps put on a tour bus that goes around to different haunts. And I found out that Transworld's tour bus is going to be doing stuff in Ohio this year. And I don't know how I want to do this, because I could go scaring after my haunt season because it's going to be in November, or I could ride the bus.
I'm torn too.
I mean, My haunt will be shut down. Yours will still be running, I'm pretty sure.
It
But
will be. But maybe we can get on the tour. See,
right, and that's the whole thing. I seen it, and I was super excited because it is in November that they're doing it, and it caught me off guard because here it is, and it's going to be in Ohio. That is great. There's plenty of different haunts, and honestly, you could not cover every single haunt in Ohio while they're all running in one season.
Yep.
With the drive time, plus the lines, plus this and that. So being on that tour bus would be a absolute delight. And I imagine they're going to be doing some of the haunts that I've already been at here in Ohio, but I can't say because I haven't seen the list. And I'm pretty sure they're not contacting my haunt because we're closed and I'm so small. Once again, we're located between a cornfield, a bean field, and the bar.
Oh yeah.
But Friday, do you have anything else for tonight's episode?
To add about haunting or in general?
Add about haunting and what we do here on the show.
I like turtles.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love turtles, but other than my kid killed my owl bull earlier when it comes to that. But either way, yes, I do suggest, even if you are like mildly afraid or whatever, please go check out the different haunts in your area. Here, most of the haunts are like an hour away from where I live, 45 minutes to an hour, so I have to be selective on which ones I get to go to.
Right.
But they're worth it. And I think one of my favorite things has been being able to talk to the haunters because I've looked at the haunts and each little thing they do, because each little area I notice in like the videos of Hell's Dungeon and going to my local haunt at the Gothic jail, they have, yes, they do have the little room with the girl on the table that is screaming. But how it's presented at each haunt is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's the same trope, but presentation.
Yep.
Each haunt will have a similar thing, but I love that the difference in presentation. And it's amazing, actually. Please keep coming back to the show because each haunt owner or haunter will have a different story, different experiences, different perceptions. And each little area of the haunts is so amazing. Because, like, if you're walking through the woods at Chainer's Field, you're going to get a completely different from walking through the woods at the one here. Well, I can't say here anymore because I'm in Texas, the one in Alabama.
Right.
But it's still going to be worth the time. It's still going to be worth the walk. And if you're lucky, you may actually be scared so bad you pass out or you defecate on yourself. Either way, it's going to be worth it.
And I mean, the way you can look at how haunts are done and share themes is the same thing for podcasts about haunts. There's a lot of podcasts about haunt. We're not reinventing a wheel. Right. We're just giving you our perspective, like from different areas and doing things our way. That doesn't mean, that we're any worse or any better than anyone else. We're just, we're just also doing it in our own way.
Of the two podcasts I've seen, I'm enjoying this one because I get to be part of it and I get to hang out with a couple of my best buddies.
Oh yeah.
Right. And one of the things I will say is today I was honored by I was asked to give a little talk about what I have been doing in my life. And, me being a professional truck driver. And yes, some of my coworkers figured out that I'm on here. But I'm being serious. With that whole conversation of doing this and then podcasting and this and that, the teacher I had, and he asked me, and I have not been in the same classroom with him since 20 years ago when I was one of his students. But he asked, what do you like to do? And he had the biggest smile on his face. And I wore this shirt, and the kids asked, what is it? And I just enjoyed explaining about haunting and podcasting and how this is exactly what Raz said. It's not the first time that this has been thought of, but it is something that is different because of who is involved.
It's like joining the circus, but being able to go home at night.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a great show, man. Like I said, I love talking to Fred, and I've told so many different stories about the haunt since we started, even in other places. That it's really cool to have proof that Fred exists now. You guys have seen him; he's real. He's not just my imaginary friend anymore.
If he's yours, he's mine too.
Exactly.
I didn't notice the Dan Pavamir thing until you said something, and I still say he needs a platypus.
Oh my gosh, that was from my haunters that absolutely were cheering and saying, "Look, Dan Poppelmeyer made it to our dinner."
They brought a picture and I'm like, "Oh, yep, I see it."
Okay, but Raz, do you have anything else to add?
I mean, we're getting to the point now where a lot of your local haunts are going to start putting out ads for new employees. That's something that you definitely want to start paying attention to.
Yeah.
That could be that could be on Facebook. A lot of us do it on Facebook. It might be your local paper. It might just be flyers around town.
Right.
We even have actually, I'm going to tell you what those are because I have them right here. I'm just going to bring them up real quick. We even have dates coming up if you're interested in joining the family and working over at the dungeon. Of course, I say I got some dates I can just pull up, and then I've actually got to find them.
Well, mine's a lot easier. If you want
yours first.
If you think that you would want to come and join Chainers or see what we got, the first thing that you do is just contact us on Facebook, Chainers Field of Screams. And when you're messaging us and wanting to know information, you're talking to me. Jenny's not doing that one. I know she does a lot of talking for everybody else on our network, but you'll, huh?
I tell people about you. I tell people about your haunt, but I can't talk for you at a lot of things. Now, Raz, I pretend a lot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just go ahead, get a hold of us, and say, you know what, I'm in your area. I'm just kind of curious. What would you think? We're a great haunt for you to train and start. That way, if you think that you want to move on to a bigger one, you have the basic knowledge to be able to go to a bigger one. Bigger ones do take people that have no experience, but it puts you in a better spot for you to show them what you know and what you understand, even though no one else has been working at that haunt. It'll give you a little more insight of how haunts go and operate. Plus, it looks great on your paperwork when you're trying to get your high school diploma that you have volunteer hours, because we do have schools that get a hold of us and say, this is what you do. Yes, this is what we do. Okay, write up, type up a paper. I'll send it in, and we do that. It's just ours is a charity haunt. It's not a business. I am not making all my money. The reason I make my money is just because I work Saturdays at my job.
Right. Found everything we needed. You can actually go ahead and start applying if I can make this work. There it is. Yeah, I went ahead and threw the Hell's Dungeon link up there. The best place to apply to work there is through the website. I manage all the actors, and I also do the website and other stuff. So if you contact over there at the website, I'm going to be the one that's responding to you and setting up times to meet up. So we're kind of doing that unofficially starting in here in May. But our first official hiring date is going to specifically be more for makeup, security, and sales on Sunday, May 19th. June 23rd, Sunday, June 23rd, it's an all across the board hiring all positions. Then we'll do, August 16th and 17th and 24th for everyone. And then again, September 6th. So you can hit us up on our open house dates, or you can just go to the website and let me know you're interested in working for us, and we'll have a conversation.
Right. So
it's definitely start time to think about it. And if also you live in an area that's not near any of us and you want to work a haunt this year and you're having trouble finding one, contact the show, contact Chandler's Haunted Secrets. Me or Pyle or Jenny or someone, we will sit down and help you find a list of the haunts in your area. Because we just want you guys to haunt, man. And if we can help you in any way, we're more than happy to do that. Even if it's not for us, we just want you out there helping someone and just doing it.
Right. And one of the things is we lost one of our haunt friends this last 2 weeks. And the sad thing is we've talked to the actors, we've talked to this and that, and they absolutely have made the comment that they're not giving up and they're going to go ahead and they're going to do different things to get themselves in a different haunt. So just remember, there are several haunts out there, and there are other ones that when you lose a haunt, it's devastating. Be supportive of everyone, because honestly, I've been a person that has lost a haunt.
Same.
And actually I lost 2 haunts. I must be a bad omen because I lost 2 of them.
I was just telling you guys I've been doing this for 30. This is my 30th season, and it's like 14 different haunts all in total that I've worked for. And Hell's Dungeon is going to be 5 years of that 30. So that's technically 13 and 25 years. Like that's a lot.
Right. So just if you're interested in haunting, absolutely. OHA actually puts out a list, and when they put out a list of different haunts here in Ohio, as we go on with the show, Raz, maybe perhaps we could find someone that made a list of every state and be able to post that.
Possibly. We may know someone.
I'm just saying, I don't have all the time in the world to find every single one that's in the United States. But
so the problem is that's almost impossible to do. You'll see a lot of famous maps going around Facebook. The state of Ohio has like 130 some odd haunts. It's actually a little over 300. Here's why. When they do these censuses and they look up the number, they look for registered companies that operate haunts. Most haunts in the world, especially a lot in Ohio, are fly-by-night haunts. They're open for a season. They're pop-up haunts. Or they're smaller haunts that, haven't really gone through all the extra steps in their areas to really register, where they need to register. So like there's every number you see is a fraction of what is actually in your area. And some haunts you only find out about because you're driving somewhere in the middle of nowhere and you see a sign. I cannot tell you how many haunts I've discovered that way just because it's fun. So like there's always so much more out there than what we can find. But yeah.
The best directory I can find is haunts.com, and you can type in your zip code or where you are, and it can tell you the ones that it has in its listings that are closest to you. I can also put that in the chat.
Well, there's a new app that someone designed last year that I know my aunt's on it. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Oh, I see them talking about it all the time. They're in East Coast right now. They're going to MXC. Why do I call it MXC? I don't know. MHC. Brandon's dead. I'll figure out what the name of that app is, and I'll let you guys know.
You said
sometime.
They're going to MHC.
Yeah, this company is going to MHC and everything, and I just cannot remember the name of the app, but it's a big deal. They started out in California.
Oh, yeah.
And they put this together for like escape rooms originally, and it went to haunts. And then this year, they started using their apps to track haunts all over the U.S. And they just keep adding more and more and more. And this is looking like it may be the biggest way to find haunts. So I will make sure I get that information for you guys. I'll look it up again, and
that's awesome.
If I can't find it by the time we're done.
So I think that we're going to go ahead and end the show. We're past the 2-hour mark. We're almost 2 1/4 here. So I appreciate everybody for watching. And Raz, where can we find you?
You can find me at Hell's Dungeon, even in the off season because we don't have off seasons. Here on the Allied Network, RazDSlasher.com. By typing on my name anywhere into any social media scenario, you will be very happy to speak to Jenny. He will be pretending to be me. Just smile and go with it. That's what we do here. And of course, don't forget to find me tomorrow morning at your mom's house. She makes fantastic pancakes. And yes, Jenny, I have a shovel. We're covered.
Good.
Every time he says that, he just absolutely. Jenny, Friday, where can we
I'll be at
you?
Brooks' mom's house tomorrow morning.
Okay. You can find me here at the Owlette Network. You can find me at Fake Horror, and you can find me at my page, Friday's Library in the Blue Box. And you can also find me at my other page, Jennifer Elliott. And I like to pretend I'm Raz a lot. So yeah, type in either of our names or Fake Horror, and you'll be able to talk to me.
Fun fact, she is actually the leading cosplayer, the Raz cosplayer in the universe right now. Just just want to put it out there. That's a title, man.
And I can't even grow a beard.
You're just so good at it, like they just see the beard,
So
the beard was in you all along, man.
Jenny, I need to know, how's your pancakes?
How's my pancakes? I have not got any insults or complaints at all.
Oh, good. All right. Well, hey, I'm Pyle Hazard. You can find me at Chainer's Field of Screams. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on you can find me around. You can find me at TikTok right now.
In Loveland Castle, going backwards.
Yeah, you can find me at
the hot sauce aisle. Jungle Gym.
You can find, man, there's a lot of places you can find me and a lot of places you don't want to. Anyway, hey, thank you guys for joining us on Chainer's Haunted Secrets. And we hope that you guys go out and find a haunt and just explore. All right. Bye, guys.
Later.